Good morning, Scott School, on this thrilling Thursday, November 6th. Oh, what a fine day indeed. Last night we had parent teacher conferences, and the grown-ups who came and also students and other family members made it for an awesome evening. Our staff did an amazing job as well. I am so proud of our Scott School community and members for powering through and just doing such a great job and being able to highlight all the student performance and growth so far from the beginning of the year to now. So keep up the fine work. Being respectful, responsible, safe all applies to how you're doing academically as well. Really, focusing on those core values and those life skills and applying those seeps into every part of your life, believe it or not. And so last night was a great opportunity to talk about that. In addition, one thing I really want to challenge and encourage you to do is in your classroom, I am noticing that there are social contracts all over the place in our school, which is incredible. And I'm seeing those signatures on there and those demonstrated skills that your classroom community agreed that were important for everyone to follow. Think about how are you following those and applying those every single day, not only in the classroom, but when you're in lunch, when you're on the bus, when you're outside, when you're on the playground, all those other places as well. Those social contracts are there to help guide us and they're shared commitments. Then everyone has an understanding of those expectations. So it's been really amazing to see those all over the building. It's also been pretty incredible to see those signals being used. And I'm seeing that T for timeout being used quite a bit. And wow, you have it down. Remember, we still are using that zero for zero voice as well. And then we have a couple of other signals that we have either introduced already, maybe in your classroom, your teacher might have introduced them, or we've talked about them, but we're still learning them, which is the check, and that's checking that social contract. And we'll talk more about that throughout the year and how to do that in an appropriate way so that we too are making sure when we check someone, we do it in a respectful, responsible, and safe way. So we're following a social contract. And then the other one is a foul. So a foul is putting your hand over your heart saying, oh, that kind of hurt my feelings. And then asking yourself, if you call a foul, are you calling it on things that are really big problems that, gosh, you need to work through? And then if you call a foul as a student that gets fouled, how does that feel for you? But if somebody calls a foul on you, then what is the expectation? Which means you need to give them 2 affirmations or put-ups. And then we'll talk more about how do you do that? What does that look like? How do you do that? And even if sometimes, friends, we don't think we fouled someone, what is really important is when people feel sad about something, we have to just acknowledge, oh, even though I don't agree with that, they're feeling that way. And what can I do to try to repair a relationship enough and bridge understanding, right? And so that kind of gets tricky sometimes. So we'll work through that as well. I just am here to tell you it is really impressive to see social contracts in action and also see our signals being used. I'm so very proud of all of you. Next week, we actually have a special guest coming to our school. His name is Mr. Zuver. And he will be coming here because he is part of this program called Capturing Kids' Hearts. And that is where the social contract came from. That is where these signals come from. And he's coming here to say, I want to see what your learning community is all about and how your students and staff use this. He's very interested and he's excited to see what Scott School is all about. So he'll be here next week. We'll talk more about that when the time gets closer. And staff, I will also share information before the end of the week about that and in the team report. And now on to Mrs. Cochran.
Good morning, friends. How's everybody? So, the joke book that I used yesterday sold out. So, I got a joke book off the library shelf. So, this is a book you could check out if you would like to sometime. It is called Dinosaur Jokes for Funny Kids. And I picked 2 dinosaur jokes because everybody loves dinosaurs. Are you ready? Would you like to hold that for me? Thank you. Knock, knock. Who's there? Tricera.
Tricera who?
Triceratops, of course. That's a kind of dinosaur. It was always my favorite because guess what my name is? It's Sarah. So it was my favorite. All right, ready for the next one?
Ready.
I'm not. Let's see. I picked it out. Where did it go? Oh no. Okay. What sport what sport is a brontosaurus good at?
Well, I'm not sure.
Squash. Get it?
Ba-dum-bum.
Oh, big. I know, so funny. I hope you enjoy my joke time. It is on to Mrs. Schwartz.
I'm still laughing. That's a good one. All right, friends, I'm going to accelerate. Oh, did you catch that? I used our Fab with vocab word. I'm going to accelerate through these Panther Pride winners this morning. I'm going to go faster. From Mrs. Denning's room, we are going to celebrate Aria. And from Mrs. Crumb's room, we'd like to celebrate Claire. Congratulations, my friends. Now, let's stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a thankful Thursday, Scott School.